but they don't want their players to get injured. So when they come back for the playoffs, I guess, if that's what it is, or it's either that, or if it's not during the regular season, it's because they won't be fully rested. That's pretty funny, Woody.
That was hilarious.
Act himself.
To be honest, I've done that once.
That hurt more than you might guess.
It does hurt.
If you're learning self-defense, I hope it's to keep in shape and feel better about your stuff and self and things like that. Because if you think you're going to beat off a guy, you need to be really dedicated to this. You need to be elite at the woman's level before you're taking on average guys.
Yeah, if you're going to beat off a guy, you want to get a lot of practice in first. You're going to find a guy like me. I'll let you beat me off as often as you want. Just go to town down there. Yeah.
I've beaten a lot of guys off, all in preparation of the one day I'm going to have to do it for real. You know?
Yeah, dozens. Yeah, Woody thought there was going to be some 7 degrees of separation for him to get his hands on weed. Like it was going to go down this long chain of shady individuals until he's at some kingpin. And
I picture myself talking to all the guys with long hair on a college campus. Like, dude, I swear I'm not a narc. Look at her. See her hair's gone? It's for her.
Oh, you bring her along?
Yeah. Like, wheel her in the chair. Where can I score some doobie?
Some doobie.
My question is are there adult stuff on there too? Can you get
there's no like hencha crazy.
Oh, you better believe it.
I don't think there is.
Is there?
Oh, yes, there is.
Wait,
I mean, not necessarily like
Taylor,
X-rated
you
or
can't
whatever.
just
But
make
like,
it up.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Of course not. Never.
No. What did she just give you? She handed you something. What is that?
She gave me Kyle as a dick.
I thought it was going to be a beer. This is better.
I was having sex with a girl, and so she was kind of laying on her stomach in the bed, and I'm sort of on top of her.
And she's out cold.
What's that?
She's out cold.
She's not out cold.
Well, okay, she's roofied, but still kind of there.
She is 100% there.
How do you think that Jesus would feel about guns? I bet he would be way more strict on nail guns than any other kind.
Nail guns.
That's the funniest fucking thing said in a while.
I was talking to Melissa about this. Like, I don't know how much fucking longer she can pass what's again the final test and still no headway is made. I swear to God, she's passed 2 tests an episode for the past year now, and every time it's like, oh, now a girl is ready. Get her ass beat by the quarterstaff cunt again. It's like, no, you did that every episode up until now, and this episode twice. Enough is enough. Move on. Like, I love Arya.
What do you think happens on the other side of this test? I thought this was the training.
What if she finally completes and he's like, a girl has reached level 2. And he pulls a chart back and there's like 30 levels or something like that.
A girl has fallen for a pyramid scheme. We call it multi-level marketing.
It's improved, right?
It's called like the Ricola leaf.
On this webpage, it's called the coca leaf.
No, I'm pretty sure that was their war cry in Nepal. Before they would storm down the mountain to meet invaders, they would scream "Ricola" and run down in defense of their homeland. That's where the cough drop comes from. It's from a Nepalese war cry. Ricola.
So Phil, we went and stayed at you've seen Band of Brothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know in the beginning where
that is a generous comparison between what you guys did in Band of Brothers.
Just wait.
You've seen that thing where they took on the Nazis, right? Well, we spent 5 days with nothing but a chicken and all of the sponsored equipment that they sent with us.
Okay, similar.
Started out a little bit cold. You know, thank God for the Muffin Man who showed up the second day. He just gave us baked goods.
Muffin Man showed up and gave us muffins. I was talking to an army friend. You know how in the military, at least in my head, in the military, they always name the enemy, right? Like right now, the enemy is typically called a Haji.
Step 1. Know who you're fighting.
Okay. That's not what I mean. I've been like, nickname the enemy, I guess I was going for.
Yeah.
And I somehow was talking to him about an imaginary war with China, and I forgot our like enemy name for China, so I said chink, and all of a sudden all the army people are like, "You didn't say that," and I'm like, "What? No, is it? I was trying to like fit in."
Like I'm gonna give you an example of a guy who I don't think has any ill intent. Cody Garbrandt, the 135-pound UFC champ. He's got this like 12-year-old kid with cancer or leukemia or some shit that like he's one of those Make-A-Wish kids, and you know how those fuckers be lying about that shit just to get in on some cool stuff. But the kid looks sick, like genuinely. Although I am starting to suspect, because this kid has been with Cody since before he was champ. And every time he wins, he's like brings out the cancer kid and like puts a belt on him or like puts his arm around him, like this is the real champion. Or like, you know, the kid will come out when they're walking out. That kid survives through 2 more title defenses. I'm calling bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. Fresh jalapenos, ghost pepper sauce, and a toasted jalapeno bun.
Yep, and don't forget the ghost pepper fries. Wendy's natural cut fries with cheddar cheese sauce, fresh diced jalapenos, ghost pepper sauce. So good, so hot.
I could not finish those fries. I ate the sandwich. I could. It was way too fucking spicy to go into the fries. Remember, Wendy's jalapeno fresco spicy chicken sandwich isn't for everyone. It's for you, but it's only available for a limited time at participating Wendy's. So check it out today.
You know, I thought
So
the
good.
You assholes laughing at.
How did you find this garbage guy?
I honestly don't remember. I think maybe my dad like recommended him, or like he's a friend of a friend, or something like that. To be completely honest, and I only say this because I'm positive he'll never listen to this. He's a bit slow-witted. Not that you'd ever notice unless you had like a long, in-depth conversation with the man. Then you kind of pick it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And I recently came to the realization that he thinks that I'm some sort of a crackpot inventor, and that's what I do for a living. Because he thinks I'm like Doc from Back to the Future. He thinks I'm an inventor. He thinks that I'm coming up with all this crazy gadgets, and that's how I bought this house and these cars and all this stuff. And let me tell you why. Because when you come to my house, like I've got gadgets sitting around. I have these this personal like tank vehicle. It's called a
Shredder.
Shredder. It's a shredder like DPV or something. And basically, you stand on a skateboard, and it's got a gasoline engine. You've got a throttle that's connected to the base by a stand, and it's got 2 rubberized tank treads. It's a ridiculous toy. It's just like a silly man toy. The thing's very expensive. So he sees all these toys, and he sees I've got these big ballistic gel torsos outside and stuff, and he asks me about them occasionally, and I'll tell him, I was like, oh, well, this is ballistics gel. It replicates human flesh, and when I shoot it, I can determine what a bullet would actually do to human flesh. It's good for people who want to buy defense ammunition. Oh, okay. And there's like piles of spray paint cans because I shoot those a lot. He thinks that I'm an inventor, and here's how I know. Because when I paid him last time, I gave him the extra $20 or whatever, and I apologized profusely for him cleaning up my mess twice for me, and I'm like, well, see you later. And he's like, you know what you need. I got an idea for you. Now you just get right on this if you want to or don't. I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing. I'm just come to me. So keep in mind he brings his grandson with him on these trash pickups to like show his grandson like what working is like, and that there's a hard side of life. And he has in the past said, you need to be like this man right here. Use your mind. You don't want to work with somebody like me. Because he's jacked. His arms are bigger than yours from doing the trash thing. And I commented on it, and he's like, he tells his grandson, don't listen to him none. You don't want big arms, you want a big brain. He goes on about this. So he's telling me, I got this idea. You're gonna love it. So last night we was over at the house, and little Daniel, he's got that R2D2 beep beep beep, and that thing's running around there. He loves it, and I started thinking, they ain't got nothing that goes and like flies for a minute and then lands back down. Now, that'd be a good toy. Now, if you could make that R2D2 toy where it'd go and kind of hover a little bit and then land, you got you $1 million right there. I literally went.
Blow his mind next week.
I literally was so embarrassed for both of us that I went, That's a good idea. Turned around and left. I'm pretty sure that if you had to ask him right now what he thinks I'm doing, well, he's probably working on that R2D2. He seemed excited. I'm telling you, I told him. Tore him off right then. He's after